Welcome to Business Innovators Radio, featuring industry influencers and trendsetters sharing proven strategies to help you build a better life right now.
All right, we're so excited today. We've got a great guest for you. We've got Andy Alagappan, COO of ePromotions here in Houston, Texas. And he's got some great nuggets for us for business-to-business inbound marketing. So welcome, Andy.
Thank you, Tracy.
Let's get right into it. Tell us about your business and what type of clients that you work with.
Tracy, we've been doing online marketing, web development for about 9 years now. Basically, last 5 years, we shifted focus to more B2B clients, and we are also getting some inquiries daily for B2C clients. Online marketing visibility is not an option anymore. Prospects are starting to realize that. The yellow pages are pretty much dead. Newspaper ads they can run, or they can run some magazine ads to get new business. So the first question I ask clients is, when they call me, how do you get new business? And I listen to what they say. And that's the main reason they call us. They want more new business. So we try to analyze where they are right now, what's working, what's not. Obviously, something is not working. That's why they want to have a conversation with us. Online visibility is the future. The advent of smartphones, the searches from smartphone devices have increased more than desktop, laptop searches. This is according to Google. So people are searching for the services whenever they want, 11 o'clock at night or 5 in the morning, looking for solutions to help them in their business. So this is the reality. So what we educate clients, we don't do any hard selling, Tracy. We just educate them. Here's what your competition is doing. Here is what you are today compared to these guys. Look
Perfect.
At their online presence, then we educate them what is it they need to do.
I like that education part, educating an advocate for sure. So is there a certain company that you help or a certain revenue that they bring in, or are you helping any kind of businesses? Could you go into that a little bit more?
Yes, very good question. Like 5-6 years ago, Tracy, we used to help a lot of startup companies. It requires a lot of time educating them on why they need to have a good web presence. Now our business has grown quite a bit. I tend not to work with brand new startups who don't even have a website. Yes, we can help them. It's a monumental task for them to realize the market they're in and what their competition is doing, and they don't even have a website. So ideally, most of the clients who call us to our inbound marketing efforts, which is, by the way, this is how we get 90% of our business, through inbound marketing. 10% comes in from word of mouth referrals. So when they call us, they have some idea they need to do this. So they already have a website 99% of the time. So we just look at their site, tweak it, clean it up, redesign it, dump it, and start from scratch, depending on how their site is. So there could be anywhere from $500,000 in sales to $30 million in sales. There could be a local B2C home remodeling, custom design, could be a cosmetic surgeon, dentist, all the way up to manufacturing, national market type clients, software services. Those clients have a national market. What we found is ideally national clients get the importance of all this. Local clients are starting to get more and more aware. We like to work with, answer your question, companies have already sort of established who want to grow their business.
Perfect. So they want to get to the next level and they want to utilize the opportunity of being found online. So what led you to this field and how did you get started in this business?
Okay, my background is in business development. I used to sell software to Fortune 500 companies. So I'm not a programmer. So I like selling services. So about 9 years ago, when I left a corporate job, which was a IT project manager for a big utility, I decided to do something, one, to be on my own. So wife and I, we started a digital printing business because she liked working with Photoshop and doing restorations and things like that. So we opened a digital press, small press in downtown. We had it for about 6 years, then we sold it. And then we started, this business, which is more software related. And the main reason we got out of the other one is it requires constant capital infusion because the equipments get bigger and better and more expensive. We got tired of that. Always liked software services. So this was something which we can keep up no matter what the technology is. So that's the main reason we started this business 9 years ago. I'm glad we did because we don't need an office for this. We used to have an office for 5 years, even for this business in downtown. And it's becoming more and more national business, virtual. A lot of my clients run their business like that. I can do this business from anywhere. So that had a lot of advantages, time flexibility. And this is what my clients were doing too. They're not sitting in a brick and mortar business 8 to 5, because their clients are not doing that either. So a lot of reasons we jumped into this. I'm glad we did it at the right time. Gotten quite a good, track record now.
Awesome. I interview a lot of entrepreneurs, and I love asking this question. Is there something along the way that inspired you in the form of a book or a person?
Books, definitely. Things like, Think and Grow Rich is a good one. Napoleon Hill books. And coming up to now, Tony Robbins' teachings and Brian Tracy. These are the books I still read. These are the guys who have been in the trenches. They know how to teach this, and they're very inspirational. There's so much negativity out there. So no matter what stage of business one is in, they have to, my opinion, read constantly. So books played a big part. And of course, I saw other friends of mine in Silicon Valley and East Coast starting businesses, doing very well. They're all engineer types. Like 8-9 years ago, the .com boom was going on, you remember? So that's when...
Oh, yeah.
That's when I got really pushed to get into the software services business. A lot of my friends were doing it in the West Coast. So the combination of seeing other people jump in, leaving a corporate job for freedom, and the advantages of taking that, and also reading a lot of motivational, mostly marketing coaches type books. Right, Brian Tracy.
Great. Well, thanks for sharing that with us. You mentioned a while ago freedom. That's a big term for entrepreneurs. What is it that really drives you in your passion to help the people the way you help them? What is your true passion?
True passion is to make another business more successful. So that's what really biggest motivator for me in this business, because we can really impact their ROI and their revenue. And the reason for that is online business development is very, very measurable. It's very analytics driven, and we as a company are very, very analytics focused, obsessed. So we want clients to see how their business is growing month in and month out. So that's my real passion, to help other businesses grow and make an impact on their growth. Gives us, a lot of satisfaction for the services we provide, because what we do, Tracy, is not warm and fuzzy stuff. It's real. We can really see sales improving quarter to quarter. That's what our whole service is all about, and people like it. And we don't have any contracts. It's all month to month, and nobody leaves us because we add a lot of value to their business. So 5 years ago, I threw all my contracts out. I tell clients, stay with it. It's going to work. And we show it to them. So that's our main satisfaction, to see other companies growing because of us.
Awesome. So when a business owner comes to you and, they're not quite sure about this SEO or this internet thing, what is the most common obstacle preventing them from taking that first step?
Is fear, I think. They don't know what all is involved. They know they need to do it, and they don't have the knowledge base or the staff or skills in-house. So fear is the main thing. It really, they get into analysis paralysis is a good way to explain to it. And after the fear factor, once they talk to us, we educate them and show them this is what we think they need to implement, and we leave it at that. We don't bombard them with 100 emails. We just have a conversation as a trusted advisor, explain to them, then their fear level drops. After that, it's all budget, how aggressively they want to implement. This is where national companies are better for us because their market is the entire U.S., so they know they need to implement and they'll get good ROI. Local clients are starting to wake up to that because they can't go everywhere. They can't be everywhere telling people one-on-one about their business. They just can't do it.
Yes, with the advent of the internet, of course, they need to utilize that. So that's awesome advice. Thank you. Another misconception might be when people think of this SEO and they're looking for an ROI. How do you connect that or bring that together as far as ROI?
That's an excellent question. And as I said earlier, we're very analytics driven. So we ask them a lot of questions about their typical buyer persona. What that really means is who is it they're trying to reach, and work backwards, and what kind of pricing is out there to reach that market. What is that market paying for the service which they are trying to provide? And we break everything down to real numbers. We ask them, what is the average new client worth to them in a service? Just give me an average. If they might do 10 different services, pick your best. Every business has 80-20, right? 80% of the revenues come from 20% of the services.
Right.
So tell me, so we ask a lot of questions, make them think through where they're making money, where they want to make money, what their competition is doing. Then let's say, for sake of an example, let's say they say average new client is worth $3,000 to us. The next question I ask them is, what is the lifetime value of the client? Let's say 1 year. Then they start thinking about it. A lot of them haven't thought about all this, so it's a very good dialogue we have. And they say, okay, maybe 10,000. So we come to a number, okay? Initial revenue, lifetime value. What we do generates new business. If they get 10 new inquiries for that service, for that sale, which is initially worth 3,000, we can do that. We can get them those 10 inquiries. We can't close it for them. So we help them once they get the inquiries, how to differentiate themselves and close the sale. And every month we track it. Hey, last month you got 7 inquiries. And here are the 7 inquiries which came to through your website. How many did you close? So that's how we justify it. Very easy. The way we do it in our process, it's very clear to them the cost benefit, the cost of not doing this, and the benefit of doing this.
Perfect. So the listener that's interested in kicking off an SEO campaign, what would be some obstacles that might be preventing them from doing this? I know they have to pick certain terms and things like that, but what are some of the other obstacles that they may face? It's
basically budget, Tracy. It comes down to that. See, we analyze their competition. We pick 2 competitors. I tell them, you tell me, are these your competitors? We get their agreement on it. Then we do some reverse engineering. I said, this is what these guys are doing. You want to compete with them. This is what they're spending. This is how they are presenting themselves online. this is how you are presenting today. Your website needs to be cleaned up. It needs to have the right content for the audience you're trying to reach. It needs to have call to actions. You need to have resources. You need to offer them some white paper. You need to maybe have some video testimony, video case studies. Look at all these things these guys are doing. To implement certain things in phase one, here is the budget. And I tell them, I'm not forcing you to do any of this. This is what you need to do to compete with these guys. Let's move forward. If they don't do it, they know the consequences. So it's mostly budget, education, awareness, building, helping them see it. They might have know about it in the background, but nobody has shown them clearly this is the situation. Once they understand it, they find the money.
They might know about it in the background, but they hadn't taken the steps to make it happen. Can you describe an example of how you've helped someone accomplish this? You don't have to name any names, but just a story of how you've helped someone.
Yeah, one is a software services company. They do the back-end software for a lot of fitness studios, okay? They weren't found nationally. They wanted to grow nationally. They were found only in Texas. That's where they started their business. They've been in business 5 years when they contacted me. They tried 3 other agencies. They tried to do it in-house. The results were not coming in. And all these other experiences, they were working with an old site, HTML site, built nine years ago. So when we came in after 5 years, then we told them, hey, your platform is not search engine friendly. So we looked at it holistically, where the other guys who they were engaging wanted to just come in and implement something and try to take their money, and it wasn't working. They weren't doing it holistically. It has to be done. The web presence, web content, site navigation, look and feel vis-a-vis their competitor site, the platform of the website. Is it Web 2.0? Is it interactive site or the brochure site? Is it e-commerce site? All that has to be the foundations we fixed first. It's a 400-page website, okay, by the time we got done with it. Then we started inbound marketing. There's a new word which last 1 year people are using. It was called search engine optimization, 5 years ago. Then we got them found for their keyword nationally. They started getting business all over the U.S. Then they expanded into Canada, Germany, Australia. So then they implemented everything we recommended. They had the budget for it. And we have done 4 other projects for them. And they're still a client of ours. So we had a lot of value because we look at the long run, not something quick and dirty, immediate, short-term mentality. So that's what the education part we do is very, very important. They need to see long-term what all the impact is. So that's the approach we took. And that's pretty much what we do with every client, educate them, show them the impact, add value without any contracts, and they stay with us.
Very good. Thanks for sharing that. That's a good case study. What would be the best piece of advice that you would give to someone who's considering optimizing their website and stepping into the SEO world? What would be your best piece of advice?
That's a good question, Tracy. First thing they need to do is, who are they competing with? Who is their competition? You like it or not, they have competition. They need to go to Google. 90%, 80 to 90%, all searches start with Google. Rest go to Yahoo and Bing. So, you got to go Google and type in what is it they're trying to reach. Who are they trying to reach? What is it they're trying to market to whom? And see if they're being found. Yesterday I got a call, not on Friday, I got a call from a computer repair. They do computer repair, They go to businesses and fix firewalls and remove virus and stuff like that.
Yes.
They want to expand it. And he didn't know who his top 3 competitors were. Once we looked at all those three of them, and they do kind of very specialized computer services, not like Geek Squad. Their clients are usually at least have 20 computers in their office. That's their bare minimum. Otherwise, they don't go after anybody less than that. So once he looked at the three competitors, then he understood what is it he needs to implement. So that's step number one. They have to see who they're competing against, who they want to be found alongside. Once you do that, we can start helping them. Let's do this phase one. Let's do this phase two. Let's implement this over the next 6 months.
Okay, perfect. So if somebody's ready to get started, what's the best way for them to reach out and contact you?
Go to one of my websites. We have many websites. And as I said, we practice everything we preach. And all our websites has a call to action form they can fill out. Then we do a free analysis of their website and their two competitors. Then we sit down and educate them over the phone or face to face and show them, hey, this is what's happening. This is what you're up against. You're serious about your business. You want to do this long term. This is what you need to do next 1 year. This is phase one. This is phase two. And here's the budget.
Perfect. You take them step by step. So you have, what was the specific website that they could go to?
See, if they are a business, industrial, national, B2B type client, they can go to epromotions.net, epromotions with a Z.net, because that is aimed at B2B industrial type clients. If they're a B2C client, they can go to SEO Houston Web, SEOHoustonWeb.com.
Perfect. Now you're an international company. You have clients around the world. So anybody listening, what's the best way for an international client to get a hold of you? Do you have an email or what's the best way to do that? Usually
is Andy at epromotions.net.
And your phone number if somebody's ready to go right now?
832-677-4620.
Perfect.
And well, thank you. Reach out to me on LinkedIn as well. LinkedIn, some of these social media platforms.
Just type in your name and they'll be able to find you on social media.
Yes.
Perfect. All right. Well, thank you very much, Andy. I appreciate it. And you gave out some great nuggets for our audience today. And thank you very much for your time.
Thank you, Tracy. I really enjoyed it. Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you. Well, there you have it for this edition of the show. We'll see you the next time.
Thanks for listening to Business Innovators Radio. To hear all episodes featuring leading industry influencers and trendsetters, visit us online at businessinnovatorsradio.com today.